In tonight's 360 coverage, a Spokane man, Ryan Becker, is in the fight of his life right now against a condition so rare it's baffling doctors at two of the nation's top prestigious medical centers. Good evening. Welcome to the 630. I'm Sean Owsley. This is a story you'll only see on nonstop local KHQ.
Before the lesions even showed up, that there was just something in my body that was killing me.
Just the unknown is really, really terrifying. When you have numerous doctors telling you, we don't know what this isn't like anything we've ever seen, and they're horrified and really worried, extremely worried, it starts to worry you a lot.
Well, the reality of his condition came just days before his 38th birthday. Becker has been in and out of hospital since January, going to the Mayo Clinic and now Johns Hopkins. The initial diagnosis is what's called bullous pyoderma gangrenosum. The Mayo Clinic says it is a very rare condition that causes large, painful sores on the skin. The sores can develop rapidly. Most often they appear on the legs, but it has spread to 40 to 50% of his body, including the upper half. The exact cause of the condition still unknown tonight, but Mayo Clinic doctors say it appears to be a disorder of his immune system. Nonstop Local's John Webb joining us live tonight here in studio. Good evening, John. This has been a series of just agonizing conversations for this family.
And good evening to you. Those conversations focused on the unknown. The severity of Becker's condition is something doctors have never seen before. The family is coming together to lift each other up as the doctors work to stop the spread of this condition and save Becker's life. We do want to warn you, some may find these pictures very difficult to look at.
This really is truly life or death.
Ryan Becker waking up last year feeling tired.
And I just didn't feel like myself. I felt this general malaise and just off.
Things the year prior going great. His wife Mikhail and his 6 kids.
Isaiah and Titus and Grace and Reagan and Kel, all of them.
Visiting Disneyland along with their younger brother Atlas. But in January of this year,
There was just something in my body that was killing me.
a blister formed on Becker's leg. It then popped.
Turned to a dark purple and eventually became black.
Subsequently, another blister formed on his other leg. He went to the Airway Heights Express Care.
She just said, I think this is really rare, but I think this is something called pyoderma gangrenosum.
The doctor referred him to a dermatologist.
That's when I kind of got freaked out. The dermatologist took a look at it, and by this time, both the first initial small lesion and the larger one on the side of my leg are black.
The dermatologist said he needed to go to the ER right away.
I did a CT scan underneath the leg, and they came back and said, we're going to send you home. Everything looks fine.
He gets a second opinion at a different hospital.
Couldn't exactly figure out what was going on. By this time, I'd been taking off steroids for 2 days, and when I developed pretty bad lesions that wrapped around my arms, my legs, and my back.
Doctors in Spokane couldn't pinpoint what was happening. Becker's pain spiked, leading to sedation.
And I woke up about 7 days later, and my wife said, we're going to Mayo. And I was like, the Mayo Clinic? What? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to the Mayo Clinic? Like, doesn't that take like months or years to get in? And she's like, yeah.
So we are wishing the Becker family a safe travels to Minneapolis and best of luck with everything.
Becker arrives to the clinic safely.
I'm in so much pain. I'm crying. I'm sweating. But I'm also like filled with this awe and respect and joy. Like, there are 70 other people on the planet right now that statistically are suffering from the same thing I am, and how am I the lucky one that gets to go to Mayo?
It's a common theme we noticed with Becker. So much gratitude and hope, and he needed it. The Mayo Clinic running every test they could think of. 2 weeks later, they found themselves inside of Johns Hopkins Center for Unknown and Undiagnosed Diseases.
He loves his dad so much.
Found it. Good job.
As he holds his baby tight, doctors trying to figure out how to give him more time with his child while slowing the spread.
The prognosis was I had 6 months to live.
But that time frame, just one doctor's opinion, as a team of some of the best minds in medicine continue their work to solve a medical mystery.
We were going to do everything in our power to have the best day of our lives and make tomorrow even better.
Remember that gratitude and hope?
We could either be negative about it and spend the next 6 months being miserable, or we could be positive and try to have some positive impact.
Well, right now, the lesions cover about 40% of his body. Doctors testing him for other infections in hopes of slowing the spread. Sean.
John, his attitude is just tremendous,
Yeah.
and you can feel it. I mean, he's trying to stay as positive and optimistic as he can, obviously, and for his kids to stay strong, but he has to be scared. Late this afternoon, you received word that the Beckers got even more bad news.
Yeah, Sean, they got this letter from the Mayo Clinic. It reads, your insurance has denied a claim as patient responsibility. The balance remains your responsibility until it is resolved. Becker telling me the bill is over $100,000. There's an online fundraiser for the family right now. We did link that to our website. That's nonstoplocal.com. In the newsroom, John Webb, Nonstop Local. Sean.
John, thank you. Certainly wish he and his family well on this journey.
Absolutely.
Big